Hello, hello, hello again. How are we doing? So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nina, your favorite crystal healer and teacher and medicine woman and purveyor of all things strange. So, if you want to know about the weird stuff, you can definitely talk to me. But, anyways, with that being said, I wanted to hop on here and talk about a few things. So, you ever have a crystal? Like, I have my celestial quartz here, right? And right now she called out to me, or it called out to me and said, I want to be worked with today. And so, ever have a crystal when it goes dull? So we talked about what happens when a crystal breaks, right? It's probably time to gift it back to the earth. So when a crystal goes dull, and this was a really deep teaching for me. When a crystal goes dull and it loses its shine, it's often a reflection of your own energy. Da 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 da. So I can't tell you how many different um, crystal jewelers or crystal healers I've been to, and I've seen their crystal collection, and some of them were beautiful. They were shining bright and all these things with all this exuberant radiance. And then there were others that were just straight up dusty. Some of them even greasy, and you're just like, ew. If you see that, don't touch those crystals. Don't touch those crystals. But understand, just like our plants, just like our pets, just like our, if you have children, um until they get older, like how they are a direct reflection of you. We are crystals, okay? And our crystals are a reflection of us, okay? And so when your crystal gets dull, you have to really ask yourself, like, what's going on here? Like, why is my crystal dull? And it's like, I need juice. And it's basically telling you, you don't have any juice. You don't have any juice. That's why you're not shining bright. So I will cleanse and I'll clear the crystal. I'll put it in because you can clear the crystal, but to actually charge a crystal, you actually have to have energy to charge it with. So if you personally do not have any energy to charge the crystal with, then you have to start asking yourself some hard questions. And for me, I started asking those hard questions, and it came up because I am someone for from the time I was a young child into a young adult until about now or so. I don't want to say now, actually, up until recently. I dealt with depression, a lot of depression. And that's because I was showing up and I was giving energy to things that did not feed me. I was showing up to things and to people that were not showing up for me. And it was killing my energy. And it killed my energy so bad until I got to a point where I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. And my nervous system collapsed. And that's a little piece of as to why I haven't been present. There are many reasons for all of this, but I have to say, after being able to identify all the things that were contributing to my energetic drain and me going through the process of taking accountability for my life and really wanting to truly feel better, I remember the day I woke up and I was like, damn, I'm depressed again. And I remember the day and I said, damn, this is not my depression. Why do I have this? Somebody told me depression occurs when your persona is playing out a role that does not serve them. Okay. And so I kept asking, I'm like, why do I keep playing this role? Why am I depressed? I thought I was a happy person. I lied to myself. I was like, yeah, I'm happy. And everyone would always tell me, yeah, Nina, you're so positive and you're so this and you're so that. You've got great energy. But the reality was my energy was going out. It was not going in. It was not reinforcing me. I was looking at my crystals. They were kind of like, nah, they were nice, but they were not as bright and shiny as they originally were. I was looking, and at my lowest point, my plants were dying around me, and I started crying. And I was like, why are my plants crying? Why are they crying? And I mean, why are they dying? And I started to understand it was a manifestation of the energy around me. And so once I said, This depression isn't mine. That was a piece. Once I said, I'm sick and tired of showing up for things that I think are supposed to choose me, and in reality, they're not choosing me. Okay. And there was a whole identity shift. I'm sharing this because I feel like some of you could probably relate to this story. And so I'm just like, well, what chooses me? And then my higher self said, life chooses you. That's why you're here. I choose life, life chooses me. My partner chooses me. The people who say, I want you to be in my life, they choose you. Okay. And it's so important to know this. And so once you start interacting and only feeding these things that say, I choose you, then all that other stuff literally doesn't matter anymore. I'm so glad this is relating to you, Dreaming Druid. I feel like this would hit home for quite a few people. And so I pulled the plug on everything. And people would say, hey, where have you been? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, did you check on me? No, I didn't think so. You just wanted to be part of my life when it was most convenient for you. But guess what? I took my power back and I started putting it into my life and started rebuilding myself. And guess what? My crystals started shining again. My people started talking, like, my plants started thriving. Beautiful people in my life that were just kind of hovering on the outside started getting closer to me because I didn't have all this distorted energy around me. So when you have the energy of distortion around you, then yes, you're going to be battling what's called depression. Okay. You're going to be battling so many other things depending on how deep it gets into your psyche and into your programming and into your matrix. It's going to manifest and show up as different things, whether it's an autoimmune disease or this or a mental illness or this or that. Man, I am here to let you know that you can take control of your life. You can change things. It's like to be knocked down and lose almost everything, it seems like. And you hit the ground and then you stand back up and you're like, well, I still have me. But what is me? And then the question is, what do you want to create? And for me, I was like, I want to be one of the most beautiful crystals there are. But people need to realize that you can't just touch this crystal. This crystal isn't for everyone. And so then you have what's called healthier boundaries. So yesterday, I finally broke a huge, 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 huge thing. I told my family, I was like, listen, I need a pause. I am not going to the family gathering. Okay. First of all, I don't even know why you guys celebrate this horrible holiday. And it's not even our culture. We're from the Caribbean, okay? It's not even our culture. And so I would always ask this every year. And then from me stepping away and sitting with it, I started to realize, wow, when you participate in a ritualistic holiday or whatever you want to call it, because it is a ritual, and it's not something based on anything good, no wonder fights break out. No wonder people get upset. No wonder your ancestors start talking when the alcohol starts pouring. It's a lot of overconsumption and a lot of animosity and a lot of energy exchange. And I don't understand why people do it personally. So I broke away. I stepped away. I went to the pyramids instead with some really good friends. And that was one of the most amazing times of my entire life to not be a part of something that I felt like I was obligated to do. Okay. So when you step away from these things that you feel like you're obligated to do, all of a sudden you realize this obligation that you had was a false illusion. Okay. When you actually put your feet down and you say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then you realize, oh, these people don't even call to check on you when you actually need them. They're not there for you when you actually really need them. What, what was I doing all this? I was just throwing my energy into a black hole, into a void. Like, oh my gosh. And now the whole thing has changed. It's a whole identity shift, a whole reality shift, a whole quantum shift. You're just like, actually, I can put this energy back in for me. So since I've been gone in my presence, I'm giving you guys the short version, of course. I've been taking my power back, reallocating myself, which is allowing me to show up for spaces like my YouTube community and talk about crystals. So I also have Prophecy Crystal right here. This is another baby that wanted to come out to play. And so when you have, when you even put these two together, I can feel the energy just going. Bzzz. But anyways, when you have these two together, you can gain deep insight, unlock ancient codes, and whatever's happening with these crystals is creating a resonance of what's happening within you. Okay. And so if you pick up a crystal and you can't receive information, then that means your channels need to be cleansed. They need to be cleared. You need to open your channels a little bit more. You need a little more grounding, so, and a little more alignment so that you can receive messages. You should be able to touch a drum, a feather, a crystal, another person, and receive information. If you're not receiving information, you have to ask why. Where is my energy? Why do I not have enough energy? Oh, am I doing things that I am over obligated to? Now, of course, if you make a sworn promise to take care of your children, that's a completely different story. Or your pets, that's a completely different story. But I'm talking about all the other situations, the situations that are not feeding you, the situations that are not helping you, and letting those go. Because when you do that, you are releasing distortion, okay? When you clear out distortion, then your channels get clearer. The messages get louder. You can see better. You can know better. You can speak better. You can feel better. You can smell and taste better. You can actually live life and it can be more enjoyable. I mean, isn't life supposed to be the story that you write and not the one that we fall victim to? So when we choose to take accountability for our lives, take our power back and say no to all the things that make us feel yucky and don't treat us right, especially all around things that you feel overly obligated to. Which, by the way, if you feel obligated and it doesn't feel good, that's called an energetic hook, my friends. And you have permission to cut and release cords and hooks that do not serve you, okay? Please do that because your energy is precious. Your creativity is precious. Your vitality is so precious. When you let go of these things, depression go bye bye. Depression go bye bye. And you'll realize that life chooses you. That's why we're here. You choose life, life chooses you, and all the magical things start to happen. So, people who have these magical whatever things turn around, yeah, life is going to be hard. That's part of the work, okay? But once you realize that it doesn't have to be so entirely miserable, then you can live a better life. You can create things. You literally can become your best masterpiece. Your crystals are going to shine brightly once again, okay? Your plants are going to thrive. Your friendships, your connections in business are going to be booming. Like, I know there's so many healers out here that are connected. It's like you're caught in a spider web like this. Like, how did I get here? Oh, because I feel obligated to help this person over here and to help this person over here and help this person over here. And in reality, all they do in return is they take a crap right on top of you. They don't even appreciate you. They don't even show love. Ask yourself, how are they showing love? It's time to liberate yourself and free yourself from being caught in this spider web. This is not your destiny, okay? Your destiny is for you to complete the soul mission that you know and feel deep in your heart so that you can become the healer that you know that you came here to be, so that you can be the crystal baby that you know you came here to be. A crystal cannot shine if its energy is being siphoned. And if there's too much pressure on a crystal that's being siphoned, it will crack. And guess what? Even if that crystal cracks, you have more crystals, you can become something else. You can melt it down, you can powder it, you can change form, okay? Crystal is actually the fourth form. It's not solid, it's not gas, it's not liquid, okay? It's the fourth form. And so I'm just sharing this transmission for whoever may appreciate it out here. So it's not too late to turn your life around. It's not too late to take your power back and to say, how? How can I bring my power back? And then Spirit's going to say no to all the yucky things. Say no to the people that do not put food on your plate. Say no to the people that do not empower you, that do not lift you up. Say no to all the situations that can potentially drain you, okay? And also learning to be content with the simple things of life, okay? One of the best feelings in the world is when you go out perusing or shopping, right? And you don't actually need anything. When you realize you don't need anything, then you don't buy things that are totally irrelevant. And you get home like, why'd I buy it? Oh, I bought it for the dopamine hit because I'm totally depressed and I'm looking for something that's going to pick me up and make me feel better. When in reality, happiness starts within. We cultivate it. And once we cultivate it and we pull ourselves from the underworld after being there, or the spider web that we were caught in, then we say, oh, this happiness is mine. You can't have it. Back up. I only want people who are interested in cultivating happiness and doing great, magical, wonderful things around me with me. That's all I really care about, just to be clear. And then guess what? Your happiness with somebody else's happiness. Next thing you know, everybody's happy. Everybody's having fun. There's no drama, okay? You want to be around people who are taking accountability, who actually want to be happy in life. Those are the people you want to be around. The people who need healing, they have to say to you, I need healing. And this is what I'm willing to do to invest into my own healing. Okay. So, as healers, we have to invest into our happiness and release some of these predisposed obligations. It's like they will come to you. They will come to you. And oh no, someone's saying no sound. Anybody else hearing no sound? There should be sound. But maybe turn your volume up. I don't know. I have sound over here. But anyhow, okay, awesome. Somebody else can hear me. So it might be on your end. Hopefully you can hear the replay later. But all right. So as I was saying before, like healers, okay? I'm speaking to all of you. We're all going to be healing in our own way. But before we can heal other people, we have got to heal our situation. And then after we heal our situation, we can only help people that actually want to invest into us the proper way. I'm not talking about just money, but people who honor your time, energy, and presence, okay? Because they're not going to do the work, okay? They're not going to do the work. They want you to hold their hand. Basically, they want a free snack, even if they pay for it. If you have a client that's like, yeah, da, 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 after a while, you're going to be like, man, I got to let you go because I'm only holding space for people who are actually here to do the work, okay? And that's going to keep you elevated and not dragging anyone. We have left the eon of where we're dragging people, okay? We are vibrating, and those who are vibrating with us know where the rendezvous point is. They know where the meeting point is. They don't have to hop on your spaceship. Everyone that's been doing the work has their own spaceship, and they're going to say, all right, cool, I'm going to meet you at the rendezvous point. And you just move forward from there and trust and believe the right people are going to meet you. The right people are going to see you. It's not about people pleasing. I mean, why do you want to please people who don't even care about you, anyways? Why do you want to please people who don't even value you? Like, that's a total and complete waste of energy, okay? So, to bring all of this back around, when you start acknowledging these things and saying, hey, who's here in my garden helping me out? Who's bringing me flowers? Who's inviting me because it's actually genuine? Who's actually on my team? Because those that want to see you win will actually join the team, by the way. So when you start to realize these things, then your heavy depression is going to dissipate. Okay. So some of the work that I have been doing was I do a lot of dream work as well. I take my crystal babies, I surround myself at night, and I go into the dream space and I'm like, all right, what do we got to do to get this ball rolling? And after, I don't know, it was a lot of work. Okay. But eventually, I was able to see the sunshine. I was able to see that there was a whole net of distortion above me that I could not see because I was entertaining energy that was completely distorted. And when you're around this distorted energy, it keeps you trapped. And let me tell you something about distortion energy, which I'm not going to go too deep into it, but if you want to know more, you can find me. But with the distortion energy, this is hell. This is actual hell, okay? This is your actual personal hell. This is what keeps you trapped in loops. This is what keeps you trapped in toxic relationships. This is what keeps you trapped in so many situations where you're like scratching your head and you're just like, how did I even end up here? I'm a good person. I want what's best for the whole world and other people. How did I get there? Oh, because you've got a distortion around you. So part of the work here that we have to do, especially as healers, because we have beautiful, pure, sweet hearts and we just want to help each other, is the first thing is you gotta help yourself first. You gotta free yourself first. I mean, the saying of putting the oxygen mask on you first before you help others, man, it's the truth. You literally have to, and it's not selfish, okay? It's because if something happens to you, you can't help other people. That's the reality. So when you take care of you and you're able to start and realize that, oh, life doesn't have to be so difficult, I can actually create my own life. I'm the magician of my own life. I can blow it up. I can clear it out. I have resources. When you are stripped of absolutely nothing, you still have your magic. If your magic's not working, you have to ask why. Oh, what's distorting my magic? I was going through a period where I was doing my magic and this and that, and then I would see it land over there. And I'm like, what? What? Well, it worked, but it went sideways. Why did it go sideways? Or it went to another person that was close to me. And I'm like, well, why did that happen? And I'm just like, or I did a prosperity spell with some friends, which you got to watch out for those. I'll do another YouTube live on this. Um, they got a boost in sales. They got a prosperity wave. And mine went the complete opposite. So if this happens to you, that means you have a distortion around you. You need to clear the distortion. Anytime you hear something that is the complete opposite of what it is that you're wanting to create, that is a distortion, okay? And you have to clean that up. If you want to know how to clean it up, of course, you know where to find me. I'm here, I'm on Instagram. My website is posted everywhere. So but outside of that, um, you got to clean up that distortion. You got to make sure your channels are clear. Look at your crystals, look at your plants, look at your pets, look at your life. Is it actually reflecting exactly what you ever dreamed? If not, you got to keep working. There's more work to do. And the beauty in the work is knowing in the end is like, yeah, I did that. That was my work. Do you love it? I love it. It's my best masterpiece ever. And it's for you. It's not for anyone else. It's actually for you. So, for those of you who are going through it, my heart, I feel you. I'm holding space for your beautiful transformation, your beautiful wake up, and for you to get back onto your feet. It's never too late, okay? I've been through many experiences where the odds were against me and then they weren't against me. And I was just like, I literally said, I was like, really? Is this what's really happening? Like, wow. Okay. And then I said, you know what? I'm done crying about it. I'm done whining about it. I'm here to put my foot in it and to create some change. If I can create change when I'm in dire situations to get me out of it, I can create change when I'm in middle situations. I can create change when I'm in small situations. You the point is knowing that you can create change. When you create the change, celebrate the small win and then just go for it. Just keep going and just believe in yourself. The resources that we have available to us are unlimited, okay? When you are manifesting, for example, we have the elements, okay? We have the elements inside of us and the elements all around us. The elements all around us are unlimited, okay? Mother Nature or the earth or the nature of being, okay? However you want to like frame it, loves us so much that we have access to so many resources, okay? And we can use them. We can use them and then recycle them and then bring them back. If you lose a crystal, you release it, you let it go, another crystal comes into your life. You're like, ooh, crystal baby! Where have you been my entire life? I love this crystal. They're wonderful tools that we have available to us that we can utilize at any time. Basically, the whole point of this whole life is to remind you that you have lots of magic. Your magic is waiting to be fully activated, to be fully charged, because magic is here to help liberate us, okay? It's here to help free us from the bondage of our self-imposed or other situations imposed due to our ignorance or naivety, whatever it may be. Our magic is here to help us and to help others. That's the whole point of being able to move things when it seems like the odd is against you. We can use our crystals to do that. If you don't have crystals, you can just use you. It's amazing what you can do. Anyways, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is all I had to share today. For those of you out there, I'm shining a light for you, and I look forward to the next time I go live. And I hope you appreciate this live. Thank you. Bye.